Hands on helmet. 10 seconds.
Welcome. I'm Chris McKean.
Oh, shoot. Sorry, you scared me. I'm Andy Kiner.
We're all about cross-country racing, and usually it starts with 10 seconds.
Usually, but not this weekend. It starts with hands-on helmets.
It's still.
What?
Oh, man, we are behind the gun. I mean, we're waiting on you, as always. See, I can throw in the first jab here. Get this started.
I'm still on Facebook trying to get caught up. Can you give me like 5 more minutes?
5 more. Yeah. Lots going on. We're down to the wire. State Fair race will be here before we know it. I still feel like I'm recuperating from the Penland.
I hope we don't stop recuperating from it.
Yeah.
It's still to this day, Chris. I know you and I have talked about this a lot, but
yep.
I still cannot believe how everything came together, just how much fun it was. You know, I could sit here and all night long and thank everybody that should get thanked, but man, it just like that race was, I know I've heard a lot of good things from riders and stuff, but man, from my perspective, I feel like it's the best race we've had in 23 years. I really do. Just everything came together. Everybody like did their part, you know, and stepped up. I mean, every single person. It was just like I said, I'm still like a kid in a candy store. I wake up at night and I feel like I'm looking back at that parade. I'm like, wow.
I know. I've seen in so many videos, so many pictures, tribute. Yeah.
And there's so many nice things that are out there. I've seen Tatum Swifts just posted something nice. I've seen Sarah Penland, you know, people from Keansville, you know, a lot of our racers have posted stuff, you know, and man, it just warms your heart reading that, you know, knowing how much went into it from so many different people, you know, just to see how it affected a lot of people in a positive way. It's just super nice. So, yeah, can't look past it. I think we'll keep celebrating that for some time now, but you're right. The Iowa State Fair is right around the corner. So,
yes,
we better get ready.
We definitely, I mean, we're cutting down to the wire. So, you know, as always, registrations are picking up. So I haven't done anything since yesterday evening, late evening. I think it was like 8 o'clock or whatever. God, so what do I have on my list here? 19, nearly 20 more people have registered. So it's keeping me busy, trying to keep track of it all and up to date. We had some withdrawals, so number changes, class changes already after reaching out to some folks. So keeping us busy. It is one of, other than the Penland, probably the busiest I think we are throughout the year for scoring side of it and registration.
Yeah. You know, changing that system up on you at Canesville the way we did it. I mean, you did a phenomenal job. Okay. I gave you a positive. See, I haven't taken a diss on you. I did a positive thing there. You did a great job. But obviously, yes, this is, I mean, I don't know because I don't see the behind the scenes stuff, but I would think the fair is probably a little bit more on you even than Canesville was. I might be wrong. But but yeah, I appreciate everything, behind the scenes, and all the girls are going to be there and the guys helping and stuff. Once again, it's a group effort, behind the scenes stuff, from you and a couple other people, is how this thing gets going. But in order for it to work the way it does, we got to kind of basically have everybody on deck, ready to go. Proud of everyone that's going to be there. And yeah, I think we're ready to go outside of having the track.
Yeah. So I'm already seeing a comment here, if I can get to that, asking if we need help setting up the track or anything. I think we've got a core group of guys. I've had some reach out to me as well. We've got the core group that we will be there all night Friday night, getting the track ready for everyone on Saturday. So,
and I appreciate Corey even asking that.
Yeah.
You're right. We've had so many people. We're very blessed to have so many good people in the race family, that's offered to come out and help. So really quick, let me just attack that. Okay. So everybody understands where we're at there. We used to, when we first started doing this, Chris, remember we built the track the weekend before, and then we watered it all week, and it was just like too easy. Right.
Yeah.
Well, then they had the tractor pulls on Thursday, and we're not complaining at all. It's just, once again, you could complain about it, but it's how you react to it, and it's just going to make us better by having to, figure some stuff out. It's no big deal at all. But with the tractor pulls, everything was packed and it was just nice. It was, when they got done, I mean, last year, Tim and I was on the track. He was in the skid. I'm walking in front of him, walking the track out, laying it out for him. So he knew right where to start, working. And literally, Chris, the sled for the tractor pullers, the antiques, was not even off of the track yet when we were there ready to go. So now this year, in all fairness, this isn't what the fair put us up against. The fair asked us to do it on Sunday. Whether it was right or wrong, I chose not to. I just thought Saturday was better for everybody. So I chose not to do it on Sunday. And they said, well, we're having a rodeo on Thursday and Friday. And it's like, uh-oh. They told us that we couldn't even get on the track until at least 3:00 in the afternoon. So, again, you can take it as like, oh, this is horrible. I've got some people that's told me, even some of our guys have said, hey, there's no way we can get that done. Well, I don't care if we have to work all night long or I have to work all night long or whatever, but the track will be ready to go in the morning when everybody gets there. So,
yeah, just kind of, it reminds me of the old short course days. Like, I remember, Boone, the last season we did all the short course stuff, that me and Josh Jones stayed up all night, that right as soon as we got the track all night to get it ready for everybody the next day. So we can do it.
Yeah.
Might not be the fanciest track. We've got
easy
got it wrapped up.
It's going to be cool. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be different. I think this will be the first time a little bit different across the finish line, right? I don't think we've ever.
Not exactly like this, but every year it's been different. But yeah, we've tried to do that straight away, all the way down in front of the finish line. And this year it's a little different. So yeah, it'll be interesting. So, but yeah, so I guess going back to the help and stuff, we're not just saying no. We have situations there. One, let's go back to getting started here. Okay. We have people that are doing displays for us on the Grand Concourse, Chris. So we can't even, typically we get in there on Friday morning with vehicles, with our trailers and stuff. And we just got to get in there and park out of the way for the fireworks and stuff. But we get our display set up. We start working on the track. We can't even get our vehicles in there till it's going to be probably after 3:00. So I'll have my two, and I have two trailers coming for the displays, and we will be parking clear over in the northwest corner of the fairgrounds, not even in the pits. And that's where we've got to stay until everything is cleaned up from the from the rodeo. So it's going to be really tight. So they'll all be a display if anybody is watching or listening, and stop and see everybody out there on the Grand Concourse. I believe we have, 3, 4, 5, I think 6 different machines going to be on display. So it should be fun. Thank you to the Smallies and the Troys, for basically taking charge and getting all the machines there, and going to be basically watching them the whole day. I guess we will be there though, because we can't really do anything else. So we will be at the display for a while. Oh, speaking of display, I don't know. Hopefully Moeller's watching, but I went and did something, Chris. You're not going to believe this.
What did you do now?
I'll give you all night long to guess, and you would never guess that I did this. Can you see it?
I can see it on your white pasty arm. Yeah.
I think I have the first IATV HSS tattoo.
Shocker.
What do you think of that?
How long does that last? 3 days? I bet you even cried when you put that on.
That's what we're doing down here real quick.
Oh, my.
So Smalley, and I got to give them credit, Nikki Smalley and Sarah Troy had been talking to me and kind of pushing me, because I just never get it done. But they encouraged us to get the series temporary tattoos for the Iowa State Fair, which, is a huge thing at the Iowa State Fair.
Yeah.
So they actually came in today. So they will have the temporary tattoos to hand out and put on people at the display this year.
Nice.
So, yeah. So they're pretty cool. I just seen them right before I came down. They just came today, and yeah, kind of glad to see them, knowing that we got it done finally. So thanks to them guys encouraging us and pushing us along. We were able to, well, I should say, don't tell her I said this, but Trace got them. I don't
Man,
think
you're just full of compliments tonight.
No, I don't want it taken that way. I'm just telling you how it went. I had to obviously push her to get it done. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, so we'll have tattoos for everybody. So
nice.
But so then we'll have that display going. I think that goes to like 4 or 5 on the Grand Concourse there on Friday. We always try to get it shut down because that's East Side night, before everything starts getting crazy, get them back and everything. And hopefully by that time, we'll actually be able to get our 3 or 4 rigs in there. And as soon as they get cleaned up, HVG, thank gosh, helps us out as much as they do. But we'll have the water truck and the skid in there. And then Iowa Earthworks with Tim Morse, they'll have their skid, and they'll also have the roller in there. And when it all comes down to it, Chris, there's only 2 of us can be in the skids at once. I think we're going to obviously get it roughed up and then be ready to start, putting the finishing touches on it. I know Lutz is going to be down there. You're going to be down there.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing Lutz is working, and you're probably telling him what to do, if I had to guess,
Wow.
But yeah, so I don't know. Are you still planning on bringing the Prius to test a track like we've done in the past?
If you want to,
Okay.
I'll bring a Prius.
Okay. I think that would be a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
If you can make it around there, we know the corners aren't too tight for the ATVs, and we'll be good to go. So now, is this going to be the one at the Flames, though?
That one's gone.
That one's gone.
I can see if I can borrow a green one. I think there's a green one here. Yeah.
Now, when you say that one's gone, did you find it from the banquet, or do you still need people to call you if they see it?
I don't need called.
You don't need called. Okay.
No,
I wasn't
no
sure
calls
if
or text messages. I'll be just fine.
I wasn't sure if you got enough calls on that, to find it. But when you said it was still missing, or maybe you just got rid of it. But okay. Anyway, so yeah, you bring the Prius, and we'll do maybe we can do a track, thing from the seat of the Prius this time. We've done it in the Focus before. I think I've done it in the Jeep before. I think it'd only be fitting, for this year at the Iowa State Fair. It's done by not a Focus, a Prius.
Okay.
I think everybody would enjoy that, Chris. So
okay, we'll see what we can do.
That can be your special assignment. So basically, we got to rough the track in, get everything done. We've got some lath to put up around the parking and stuff. Joe Lutz always just kicks butt with that kind of stuff, so he'll get everything done as far as the lineups and stuff, like where they go, the lath put in there, and then we've got to move in the tires, and the cones, and after that, man, Chris, we're done except for a couple flags and a couple banners, so.
Yep.
It's really just about getting that stuff done. I'm not sure if you heard, but I guess Rod Stewart just called in sick today. So there won't be as of right now, there won't be a concert on Friday night, which
Good. They haven't reached out to you to do karaoke or anything yet?
Not yet, but I think it's still early in the game. I think that could be coming. So might be doing some share.
Sure. All right.
So yeah, so the only thing that we should have to, I'm just guessing, with as much money as the fair spends and everything organized, I'm guessing their fireworks and the drone show will still be a go at a certain time, so we'll probably have to shut it down when it gets time for that, and that's probably half hour to 40 minutes, I'm guessing, by the time they get both of them done. So we'll have to probably take a little break right there and then get right back on it. But the goal is to get everything done, laid out, even if one of us has to be finishing, and then we'll have the water truck there again, thanks to HVG, and we'll get stuff watered and continue rolling it. And we'll do that multiple times that night. We've had some people already reach out because of the weather, but everything I've seen, I haven't looked for since probably noon, but everything I've seen showed the rain being Thursday night into Friday morning. So I didn't see anything for Friday night. So, yeah, we should be sitting pretty good. I don't wish anything on anybody else's events. It's hard on us, and, firsthand, what you go through when you're having an event canceled. So we sure don't wish that on nobody, but with that rain coming, I don't know how that will affect, if it gets rain, how that'll affect the rodeo or something, so we'll just have to see. So,
yeah,
but it will be ready to go when people come in at 7:00 on Saturday morning. So,
all right. So we've kind of discussed, let's kind of start from the beginning. How do people get in the fair?
So, Trace did not get that map done like you had asked. But
I ain't saying nothing.
Let's be honest here, okay? So I did everything I could to get her to get it done. So it is now officially done, and I'm guessing she just got done posting it out there instead of getting it to you. So it should be out there on our Facebook page right now, I hope. If not, it will be out there shortly. But basically, the biggest thing, Chris, is making sure that everybody comes in on University. You can come on 30th, but just not as easy. So if 30th, you're going to be the one that can figure it out. So I'm not even going to talk about 30th, okay?
Yep.
But the basic thing with all the trailers and stuff is to be on University headed east. So a lot of the people coming in from the south, the north, wherever it might be, I've advised to go take the, either the bypass or the interstate, get on 235. If you're coming from 80, on the north side of Des Moines, bring 235 down to University and then get off on University headed east. And you'll see the line. It'll probably start about 6:00. Don't you imagine?
Yep.
So about 6:00. Now in the past, it's always been 7:00. but they have seen how many people and rigs and stuff and trailers are out there. And obviously that blocks traffic for a long ways. And they have, as you noticed, Chris, they have let us in early. I'm not so sure it's been a half hour, but I know like 20 minutes at least, they've let us in. And then when you come in, if you look at that map that Trace has posted or will be posting, you'll come in on gate 2. I think on the map, it shows 2A, but when you come in there, so you'll be turning right off of University and back up just a hair. The reason I know you can come down University headed west, like off of Highway 5 bypass, but Chris, you cannot during the fair, the whole 11 days of the fair, you cannot turn left on University into the fairgrounds. They've got that blocked. So you have to be headed east. So once you get there, you pull into the parking, then they will show you where to go, but you're going to basically be taking a hard right when you come in the gate 2A. You'll go all the way back to the west, and there's a circle. It looks like, I forget that gate, the main gate you come into the fairs down there, but it's the Elwell Center. You'll be able to tell by it where everybody else is going, but it goes down there and it circles around, Chris. And then you'll be parked just right outside the gate to the Elwell Center. And then that's when they open the gates for us, which as soon as they let you in down there, as long as the people from the fair are there, we will be ready to start getting you a signature. There's only one signature you got to do this year. There's not there's not a state fair and ours. It's only the AMA waivers. So we will have our people out there. They will be getting the signatures for the waivers. They will have the list for the first 75 people. If they happen to be coming to you and you are on that list, make sure you tell them just to remind them, okay? Yep. And they will check you off and get you your free ticket. Because remember, the first 75 people that signed up got free tickets to the fair. So
yep. And that was all posted last night. Not after 9 p.m. I think I got it all out there for the first 75. So it's out there. Updated list. Yep. So if you're part of that first 75, we'll have those tickets ready.
Yep. So just remind them. That way they can cross you off the list and make sure you get your ticket. So, and that will be coming from us as far as the fair people will be there doing the pit passes, but that's all they will be doing. So please be ready when you come up. We will be doing the signatures for AMA. We will be doing your first 75 tickets. And then when you get to the gate, because they won't walk out, because they're all right there. When you come in the gate, you do have to pay the pit pass. And then it should be a lot quicker this year by doing it this way. So then when you get in there, just watch us. We do, some people don't like the way we park you, but we have to be able to get everybody in there. Now, last year we ended up having plenty of room and it was our biggest attendance. So I can't explain that other than it was very, very good organized parking,
Yep.
So, but anyway, we'll get you parked. We need everybody in there just as soon as they can. Get your stuff unloaded, get ready. Then we will go straight to a writers meeting. And tell me again what time that is.
Hold on. No. You're going a little fast.
Yeah.
So everybody, gates open at 7 a.m. supposedly,
Yep.
which we said will most likely they're going to let everybody in sooner. Check-in, that's for registration. So even though everybody paid online, registered online, you still need to come up to the registration trailer. We call it. We need one signature from you. So those that normally race with us, we have an entry form. For this one, it's special. We just have everybody on one Excel spreadsheet. You just make one little autograph per racer. And we have AMA there as well. I think we've tried to reach out to everybody that indicated they needed an AMA to try to get those one-day passes ahead of time. But that's where also we'll get AMA.
Right.
Then 9 a.m. is your writers meeting. So,
okay. Yep. So 9 a.m. writers meeting, and the pass that's typically takes, give or take, about a half hour, right? 20 minutes, half hour.
Yeah.
Time you get there and answer any questions and stuff. And then what time does practice start?
We have practice starting at 9:30.
9:30. And that will be
9:30
pushed.
to 10:30. And we allow everybody goes through once, and if there's time, everybody does what they need to do. You will always separate the kids from the adults, of course. And that's also time we check for number plates as well. Make sure that the scorers can all see the number plates.
So with that, Chris,
Yeah.
it make me be the bad guy here, but I was just talking with Trace earlier. I'm not sure if you and I mentioned this or not. But as far as the number plates, I had several people reach out to me today asking if they need just front or just rear, or if they need special colors, and I understand that because the series, the way we do that. But obviously in this one, you don't need, they can be any color. That's not a problem at all.
They can be a paper plate with duct tape on it.
Yep. The biggest thing is that it is big enough and it is clear enough. So let me go back and just explain this, Chris. And I know you're the one this will affect more than anybody, but I already told my wife, if you can't see that number plate, don't worry about it. Go to the next one. So if they don't get scored, that's on them. We are doing this by hand. It's the old fashioned. We only do this one time a year. It's worked really, really well, so I'm not concerned about it. But where you do get concerned is where someone wants to run a little tiny number plate, up underneath the rear bumper, and you're supposed to see that. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but up in the crow's nest where you guys are doing the scoring and that comes by you, I don't think they're ever any closer than about 40 feet to you.
Yeah.
So 40 feet going by at how fast, you know what I mean? The way we did, and you and I talked about the way I did the track this year, I'm going to have them turning so they'll see them coming kind of down the track where they should be able to see the front number panel. You'll be turning literally right at the scorers, going straight at them, around that corner, and then making the left and going away from them. So you should have two really good chances to see the front. And if we don't, we can see it from the rear. But again, please don't be that person that comes up and say, I got fifth. No, I don't even have you scored. And I go back and look, and either you don't have, well, that won't be an issue with not having a number plate, because make sure everybody understands Brad and Smalley will not let you in the lineup without a number plate. Okay. So you got to have a number plate on there. If it's not big enough and they can't see it, then that's just going to be on you. So, but please, 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 no matter how you want to do it, have a front and a rear. We don't care if you got them on the side. We don't make any difference to us at all. But we got to have a rear and a front facing number panel. So worst case scenario, I think what's two sets of, two plates and two sets of numbers roughly, Chris?
$20.
$20 to make sure that you got everything you need. You zip tie it on and you're going to be good to go. So please just come prepared and make sure you got it all, all race long, all the day during practice, the heat, whatever. Going back to that though, Chris, shoot, I need to take that call, but I can't. Going back to practice. So we'll have 3 lines there. We'll probably have the 50 lines and then the 90s on up. You know what I mean? The 90s on up through the kids, and then all of the adults, no matter what class it is, all of the adults will be in one big line. And then what we'll do is I'll be standing there, Chris, and we'll just send you out. I might send 10 out. There might be 15. You know what I mean? Just based on the size of the machines and everything. And you'll go out and you'll turn some laps, and then we'll pull you off the track. And we'll pull you off the track, and then you can go back and get in line again if you want. We don't know how long you'll have. It's roughly an hour is what we'll be practicing. So hopefully everybody will be able to get on the track twice, but there's times where you just get back in line. If you go to the trailer and set for 15 minutes, come back up, you may not get through for the second time. So, but just come back up, get the tail of the line, and we'll just keep going through until our time is up. So So that'll be that. Then we get our heats. Tell us about how they're going to know on their heats.
So below the crow's nest, there's usually some sort of 2x4 or something posted, something where we can post all the lineups. So before we get started, we'll know lineups, heats, and all that, the race order. As far as what is the final, because we need everybody to check in. Once I have everybody confirmed they're all there, then I'll start printing all the lineups for all the heats, and those will all be posted below the crow's nest, usually on the backside by the stairs, for all classes. And then once we get started, we know we're going to have potentially some B mains. We'll start posting those as we go. So if you're a C class racer, I think that's one of the first ones that we have. Yeah, C class is first class. So if there's a C main, which it looks like there may be, we will go ahead and post the C mains the B mains for the C class as soon as all of those heats are done. I know it's a lot, so I try to get them posted as soon as possible. We'll have a runner or two to keep everything kind of organized, but it is racers' responsibility. I know I got a mouthful or earful recently in the last couple of years that people didn't know. Or lots of confusion when we go to the B mains. Am I in it or am I not? They're always posted below the crow's nest. Also, right before, I think this year we're going to take a break after the heats to get everything kind of reset before we go to the B mains.
In the past, explain why you just said that, why you're focusing on that.
Why we need to take a little break in between the regular heats and the B mains, because I need to reset and reprint everything.
And in the past, we've had people not ready, know. And when I say not ready, I'm not apologizing when I say this, because like you just said, it's 100%. We have to get started on time. We have to be out by a certain time. So we don't have time. And we've showed that time and time again. I don't know how many people have been left, not been up there, and we go without them. So there won't be a thing where we're waiting unless we see you coming up there. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But we usually have I'm pushing you every time. I know you're busy and I'm always pushing you. 30 seconds seems like 5 minutes, when we're waiting to start the next one. But roughly maybe a minute after we throw that checkered, we're starting the next one already. So Brad and Smalley do a great job of having them in the hole and then on deck and then being pulled into the line, into the starting gate. Yeah. So they're always lined up. There's always 3 of them ready. Don't be late. If I go run, I'm going to run my practice, Chris. Practice your heats, nothing, because you're just coming up in a single file line. After I run my practice, I would say it's my job, even though I've seen it on maybe out there, if you post the starting things, or something, your heats, even if you post them, and I'm racing, I don't care if it's C class or if it's a AA or the open, it's my job when I get done with practice to get my machine back there, come up front and look at those lineups to make sure I know where I'm at. It's also my job to make sure that I'm up there on time. And we try to announce it, but the announcing thing with all the sound, it's not the best all the time. It's just, you got to have somebody. If you have somebody with you, give somebody a job just to make sure that, they're watching for like 3 in front of your race. You're up there, So, but yeah, so basically, you get up there, you've looked at your lineup, you're up there, at least 3 races. You can come up earlier if you want. Try not to bug the guys. What class you're in. You get up there, you race it. After the heats, it's silly for someone that's racing the first half not to know. But I kind of get it, if you race like close to the end, you get done. And before, we just always try to tell everybody, hey, get up here because we're going straight into the B mains. However, you and I have both seen this where it does get a little confusing. They're tired, might have an issue, whatever. And then they don't get up there for their B main. So I like what you're saying. We are going to take a small break. Maybe the sound to be down enough. We can announce it a couple times, get up there for the B main. We'll get you lined up, but we will take a break and before we do the B mains. So,
yeah.
So then we do our B mains. You've got to reshuffle the deck. You get them all going. What time, if you had to guess, are we shooting for to get the main started?
Oh man, that's a lot. What are we normally, about 2:30 or so?
I was thinking it's about 3, but I might be wrong.
2:33. It's kind of like my best guess. We don't have the lucks on our so far. I guess I shouldn't knock on wood here, but our numbers down are a little down this year, which is a little bit more breathing room for us. Not complaining that we might get started a little sooner. We'll just see.
And let's be clear. No promoter ever says this, Chris. No promoter ever says this. But we were always around that 2 to 2:15, I think it was. And last year we had a huge turnout of 268 people. And that was phenomenal. But with our time frame, I don't think it could run any smoother. Even with the rain, we hardly wasted any time. And we got it done. Every year we've got it done, no matter how many people, but that's a lot. So you and I have talked. I know I've said it publicly a few times. Hey, if we're right around that 200, I'm perfect. I want to be 200. That's where I'd like to be, 201, something like that. But we don't need, God, you hate to say this. I know it sounds bad, but just in that time frame, 268 was a lot. So as you know, Chris, you're the one telling me, but when we went to Knoxville Saturday night, we only had like 120, right?
Yeah.
And it never fails. Like you always say, everybody waits till the last second, and I get it, But where are we setting officially right now? I know we had 3 that's had issues and can't be there. You've pulled them out. What's our count right now? Because it's amazing what we've done from Saturday night to now.
Putting me on the spot here. I need a couple minutes.
That's okay. While you're doing that, I'm gonna do some laundry here. So Trace already talked about on the pot, or we're doing the gate. Only one form they'll have to sign. Minors needs to fill out all minor racers, even if they did an AMA annual at the sign up. So even if they did an annual, they still have to sign it here. Okay. 1 day pass. This is critical. Trace did a really good job, I think, with this. Basically, everybody that signed up, if you didn't get it, text me, email me. Probably be better to text me. But Trace sent out an email to everybody that, didn't have an AMA card. We know that by them putting in like a 1 in their AMA number, So with that, you can get a 1 day if you'd rather have a 1 day instead of a 1 year pass. But either way, we highly, highly encourage. You can do it at the track, but man, it saves so many people so much more time. We looking back in the last years and stuff, a lot of people that aren't familiar with AMA and stuff have to do the 1 day pass, and have been doing it there. It just takes time. So it really, really speeds things up. She sent an email out. Again, if you didn't get an email or you're brand new to this thing and not sure about it, let us know, and I'll make sure that email gets sent to you, and it takes you step by step. I've worked with like 10 different people probably in just the last 2 days, sending that link to them, and they've walked right through it and got it. So, but yeah. And then again, we already talked about front and back plates needed. And it's got to be visual from the crow's nest. So I think we've covered all per laundry list. So
rain or shine, throw that out there. I know we talked potential, but last year proved it. Rain or shine. So,
whether they liked it or not, I know our cross country guys did, but hey, it's got a way of leveling the playing field, all the time. If you're a full modded, TT racer, you're probably coming in thinking you got the advantage, and you probably do. I've said it so many times though, it's hard to beat a cross country racer. Our cross country guys are ready for anything. And that showed last year, with the rain coming in, we don't have time to wait. If we had waited last year, Chris, we would have lost that track. By keeping it going and the guys coming out and racing, we got that stuff thrown off, and it ended up being a perfect track for the features, but it was definitely comedy hour, especially when the pit bikes went out for their heats. So, but yeah, rain or shine, the only thing that'll shut us down is lightning, and otherwise we're going to keep going. So the weather looks good though. So I don't think that's even an issue. But yeah, so that shouldn't be an issue at all. And then of course, right after, I want to throw this out there really quick, right after your heat, and I can't tell you enough, you're going slow because we put you clear down to Crow's Nest. So when you come off the track, and this doesn't go just after the mains, but anytime when you leave that track, you are done racing when you leave the track, Chris. We won't put up with anybody, whether you had an issue or you're mad at somebody or you're super happy. It doesn't make any difference. The race stops when you come off the track. So you're going slow. It should be a first gear going through there. I've proved it before and I'll prove it again. I will chase anybody down and they will probably not be racing again if I see that stuff. We just can't take that chance in the pits. So get it slowed down, get back to your pits, and everything's nice. If there's an issue and someone has an issue or needs to talk to somebody, come talk to me. Don't go to scoring. Don't go to registration. You need to come see me. So I'll be at the starting gate. If I need to have somebody take my place for a second, that's what we'll do. So, but yeah, when you get done with the mains though, you'll come off the track and then you will take a right, which basically kind of goes through the crowd a little bit. That's again why we go say slow, but only the top 3 riders need to be going down there. And you don't necessarily have to take your machine, but if you're not taking your machine, get it parked and get straight up there because we do your awards right after the race. So, but you are more than welcome. We encourage you to bring your machines right up there, right in front of the Crow's Nest. It's on the south side of the Crow's Nest is where the awards banner will be hanging, and we'll get everything done there. Your awards will be handed out. We will have the number 1 plate. I haven't seen it yet, but I know we're supposed to have it this week. It's just a dummy plate for pictures, but it is, again, Iowa's AMA Iowa State Championship race. So you will earn an AMA State number 1 plate for this race. And we'll have a dummy one there to get your picture taken with. And then it'll be mailed to you later on. So, and I must say the awards again are pretty darn cool. I think this time it features a butter cow and the large, the big slide, the giant slide is kind of featured on there.
Nice.
So, yeah, along with a couple of riders. So we know how many yet, Chris?
Nope. Just
Okay.
a few more seconds. Keep talking. Just
So-
you do you.
With that being said, we get all done on time. Okay. We're going to go ahead and cover what happens after the races, Chris. So after the races, we will then, you can go to the fair. I will get a final time from the fair on what time they want us out of there. Okay. I know last year it got we had a couple different people saying different things. I told everybody 8:00. They end up trying to, I guess, basically get us out of there before that. And they're not being mean when they do that. So let me explain to you why that's happens. So one, if there's places you can look out in the parking, as long as you got all your stuff locked up, I wouldn't put it out there if it's not locked up, but you can just pull out there and then you can be at the fair all night long, to 11:00 or whenever it closes. But it's it's a sensitive subject in the pits. Yes, they want you to go to the fair, but they do the fireworks right behind the Crow's Nest, basically. Okay. So with that being said, they have to be set up there. They start setting up. It takes, you and I've seen them do this. It takes almost 3 hours to get it set up.
Yeah.
So they truly want to be in there about 5:30, which is the time that we're getting done. So typically with us, they're always just a little late getting started doing their stuff. So they need the trailers moved out of there because they're setting all the wires and everything to set off the fireworks. So we have to be out of there. We're the same way. We have to get ours moved completely out of the way. In the past, they've let us move over to let me get this right, the east corner of that parking in the pits. Because also now, as of last year, I think was the first year, they do the drones. So the drones have a big area they set up, and that is right on pit lane towards the south end of pit lane. Actually, it's not too far south of the Crow's Nest. So basically all of our main pit lane, Chris, they have to be started setting up about that between 5 for the 5:30 for the fireworks, and the drones usually get started setting up around that 6:30, I think it is. And so we cannot be around there when they're setting that stuff up, obviously due to common sense, but if you're going to leave your trailer in there, I will make sure everybody knows Chris, you'll remind me in the writers meeting to make sure I've confirmed with everybody they know what time they have to be out of there. In the past, it's been 8:00 to be safe, but your stuff has to be moved. So please don't just take off to the fair right after the races and leave your trailer, or we're in trouble. So I'll make sure we get it put out there too on Facebook as well. And then we'll make sure everybody knows that morning. So
official number 204.
204.
That's just through right before the podcast.
So we have kind of a cool thing. Okay. It's not cool. Dang it. I didn't say that. I think I just seen maybe Trenton watching. This isn't cool at all, but Trenton Bourning was supposed to have been racist with us and had an accident and broke his leg. His dad called me earlier today, letting me know you got their logo up there, DBR, out of Minnesota. So they won't be able to be here, but very nice gesture of his was that if somebody is signing up and could use the entry fee, he wants to push it over to somebody else, which I thought was really, really cool. So I know not a ton of people, may be listening right now, but as you know, there's so many people come back and listen to this later on. If somebody hasn't gotten signed up, when is the hard cutoff, Chris?
Tomorrow, that's August 12th at 5 p.m.
5 p.m. So no matter what your name is, where you're from, what you do, nothing, Chris, I will not allow you to enter nobody. Okay. You do this to us every year. You let somebody in. We're not doing it. So it's a hard cutoff. So if you want to sign up between now and then, somebody, let me just go this, the first one that gets a hold of us, whether it's a text, an email, I don't check my emails enough, but text or email you maybe. So either Chris or I, if you get a hold of us, and you have not gotten signed up yet, thanks to DBR and the unfortunate circumstances around Trenton, you will get a paid entry fee. And we can't thank DBR enough for doing this. And we wish Trenton Bourning, a speedy recovery and hopefully get to see him on a track with us here sooner than later. So, but I just thought really nice gesture. So
good gesture. Also, I let everybody know 16 to 29 class has been cut off. Just during the podcast, B class is now cut off. So those two classes are full. Normally, we like to hover around 15, 16 is okay. But yeah, so we've gotten those class full. You guys know anybody on a pit bike? Man, lots of money, 300, 150 per class, right?
I think it's $300 first per class.
150 to win, 100 for second, 50 for third for both classes. And they don't have very many entries. So if you know a friend, phone a friend, man, one of them only has like 3 entries in it. So
I was going to say I could bring mine, but if there's 3, I'm probably not in the money.
I was going to make a post about that get out it'd be a pit bike for everybody else, but for you, it's like a 450.
I thought we were being nice tonight. But yeah, so, and here's the other thing. I guess if we have any bad news, I'm going to go ahead and throw this out there, Chris. I know you and I have talked about it a little bit, but it just does not make sense. And I know we're going to have a few classes like this, and I apologize to people up front, but I think everybody, if you really look at what we're doing, it only makes sense. And that's if we have 5 or less people. If we have less than 5 people in a class, we will eliminate that class for next year. So we need to focus on we're turning people away, because these classes fill up, but yet we're still taking that time to run a class with 2 people in it, or 3. And if we just can't fill it, then we need to take a look at that. So I'm going to say if it's less than 5 people, it'll probably be eliminated for next year. So, and the pit bike thing is a classic, because we have less than 24 hours to sign up. We have, what did you say, 4 people signed up? 5 and 1 maybe or something?
For pit bikes, small wheel has 5 and big wheel only has 3.
3. So yeah, it's no sense having 2 classes if we can't, we can't even get a decent amount for 1. So
C class is very close to be filling up too. We have 15 registered currently in C class. So
really only spot for 1 more.
1 more.
Gotcha. So yeah. It's funny. I keep getting all this fun stuff, and I call it fun because I don't know how to say it without being mean, it's silly. Someone shot me a thing that somebody was making fun of it because they had to pay this god awful, just unbelievably high entry fee at $70, but they left out that it's a $10,000 purse. The only way you have a $70, entry fee is if you're in the money classes, and there's $10,000 going to be handed out that day. So I don't know. Maybe you can, maybe you can go somewhere else and pay $25 and win, your percentage of 10 grand. I don't know, but I haven't seen it, at least in the state of Iowa, so,
yeah.
But, it is what it is. This really, when it comes down to it, this isn't our race. This is a fairs race, that we're running for them. So very proud of everything to do with this, and is there a little bit extra fees? Sometime, yeah, there probably is. You know what? I probably pay more for my pork chop on a stick at the fair than I do anywhere else I ever go. It's just kind of the fair thing, and getting to be a part of it and, and highlight our sport there is priceless to me. So, I'm in love with the race, even though it's not our forte, being cross country. Our cross country guys shine in any discipline that we've ever been a part of, Chris. So I'm always proud of everybody. I think it's fun to see the TT guys and some motocross guys come in and, and show their stuff. And it's just so neat, and I said in our riders meeting last year, Chris, that last year we had some of the best XC riders in the country. We had some of the best TT riders in the country. And when it came down to it, I said, this was going to be our time to highlight our sport in front of everybody, And as well as I do, there's over 1 million people. I mean, think about that for a second. 1 million people come through the gates at the Iowa State Fair. Trivia question. Do you know what the busiest day of the Iowa State Fair is?
What?
One guess.
Well, I already know.
It's first Saturday of the state fair. The first Saturday is always the busiest. That's the day that we get to highlight our sport. I mean, it's unbelievable. And for the fair to do this, remember 2 years ago, they took away the fees to get into the grandstand. So the whole family doesn't have to come to the pits. Grandma and grandpa and everybody, they could go sit in the grandstand, have a perfect, where else can we see our sport setting in a big grandstand like that? It's everything about it is just absolutely phenomenal. And again, for the fair to turn that into and they didn't have to do that, but man, when they turned that into a free race, look how many new people's coming through there last year. That was phenomenal. That the grandstands were, there's a lot of people in there, and it's again just to be able to showcase our sport, Chris. It was now I know obviously typically when we have that many people, you start getting really nervous because all the everybody's eyes are on the scoring. You know what I mean? The track's perfect. The start's perfect. We're worried about the scoring. So
yeah. I have Tyloob kind of up there, their logo. So Chad did reach out to us. Everything's pre-order this race. He wasn't going to bring up a whole lot of stuff. Was not planning on bringing the drum to pump fuel if you need fuel, unless there is a big ask. But if you need any other lubricants, oils, or anything like that, reach out to him prior to Saturday, and he will bring it with him.
Nice. And I did have somebody ask me today, Chris, and I told them I wasn't planning on. I think it was okay with them, but we do have the Alco products, the cleaning. Took all my machines to the car wash because my power washer's broke right now, pull cord, but took them all to the car wash. I had someone laughing at me at the car wash. I didn't use any soap. Literally all I do is put my quarters in. I hit high pressure rinse. I rinse it all off. I spray it down with Alco. I let it sit for 3 or 4 minutes and wash it off. And it literally looks like it's been waxed, everything. So obviously we're selling that at the races. It's available in that 32 ounce, the 1 gallon, the 5 gallon. And then now if you buy the 1 gallon or 5 gallon off of us, I have the thing where I'm bringing this up is because of Chad not bringing the refill for the fuel. I can do the same thing on the Alco, so I can refill it, and we're refilling it at a much cheaper rate. So, but I will not have that at this race unless somebody absolutely has it. The one was ready, but I told them we'll have it at Weldon. So I promise we'll have it in the XCC trailer so we can refill it, but it won't be at this one. So too much going on in too little of a time. So
I know,
but we'll be available. There'll still be Alco available at the race. So,
okay.
But what else we got here? I'm trying to keep you to your hour and you're getting really close.
I know. No, I'm good. If cutoff is tomorrow, I should be able to start working on getting stuff posted shortly, probably Thursday. I'm going to say Thursday I'll start posting stuff.
Nice.
As far as heats go, that still will depend on everybody checking in. Oftentimes we have somebody that just doesn't show up, so it may alter a heat. Yeah.
Gotcha. Cool. So the most heats you'll have probably outside of kids could have maybe more, but when you look at the adults, it should be probably 3 heats be the most per class if it's full.
Yeah. No more than 3.
No more than 3. Okay. And at this point, I know I'm putting you on the spot again, but at this point, how many B mains, just quickly guessing, you don't have to be perfect here. We don't ever hold you to perfect.
We're gonna have to do some B mains for kids because we have 19 in the old 90 stock class. So definitely is gonna have to have a B main. The 16 to 29 class is full. That will be a B main. C class has 15. We'll throw B main in it. Because most likely we like to have about 12 in a main. Gonna have to work some. You gotta work towards it. If we have 16 show up, work towards trying to get to that A main. It's just not gonna be given on some of those larger classes. So Right now I am anticipating about 6 B mains.
6 Bs. Okay. And just to be clear on what you just said there, we just said that we're cutting things off at 16 classes, but you just mentioned the kids had 19. So again, we don't cut off the kids. The kids, we run as many kids that's going to be there, correct?
That's correct. We never turn a kid away.
Right. So I just want to clarify that. I caught that, and I'm sure other people did too, but I just want to make sure we're clear on the kids we don't turn away, but they still have a hard cutoff. You're either signed up tomorrow at 5 o'clock or Chris gets his hand slapped because he's not going to allow people in this year.
Yeah.
And I want to say this. I do appreciate, obviously every year you have some people let's be honest, sometimes every year you have the same people sign up for a class and then want to switch classes. But I have to say, I do appreciate them getting with us, early and not waiting till Friday, because it won't happen. Just kind of reemphasize what that cutoff means, Chris. 5 o'clock tomorrow. What does that cutoff truly mean?
It means everything. Changes, wrong number, that's an easy fix, but changing classes, no, because we have to get everything printed. There's a lot of work behind the scenes that have to do it. So one change for one person is a lot of work. You could almost say it's a couple hours worth of work because you got to reprint everything that has already been printed once.
Gotcha. So if you know somebody racing, shoot them a message, lead them to the podcast. They can always go back and listen if they got questions, but get it to them tonight so they can get stuff corrected tomorrow, or they can get signed in tonight or tomorrow. But it has to be, I had to work late, Chris. I'm sorry, I didn't get off till 7. I need to get signed up for the fair. Will you let me in? It's only 5:21. Chris, don't tell Andy, will you let me in?
Why are you blaming it on me? This is reverse psychology, right? That you're trying to play on me?
I'm just playing the game, Chris. I'm just playing the game. So,
yeah.
But yeah, the answer is no. So 5 o'clock tomorrow, Chris has been approved. Stamp of approval has been put on it. We're locked down. He can start printing stuff, and we're not going to make him reprint again. So,
yep. And just with the, this year being short notice and what we've got to do to the track, that we need to stick to that this year. Right, Andy?
Correct. Yep. I'm backing you, Chris, 100%.
So just kind of like looking at previous years, it looks like last year we had 7 B mains. So very well, we could be same line. Looks like the numbers probably support that. Maybe 7 or so, 7 to 8 B mains.
Gotcha.
So
how many's in the double A?
I was just going to bring that up. Like double A is paying all the way back to 10th place, right? Like $75 for 9th and 10th place. And what is it? $70 entry fee. So, I mean, maybe you should dust off the old Wolvie or something and get out there in double A class, Andy.
If I had the old Wolvie, I would. Paul Sirk's got our 450, so there's no way I can even take it. Otherwise, I might buckle up. But since he's got it still, and that's just fine, Paul. I'm not arguing, but it keeps me from having to do it. So
8 in double A. Let's just run through this. 11 in A, utility 6. So those are 3 paying classes. Both utility is paying back to, pays top 5. So women's, they're 6, 90 production 14, open 11, super mini 2, which super mini kind of took a hit today. So it dropped from 4 entries down to 2. Big wheel pit bike, we already discussed 3, 50 limited 9, 90 stock, there's 19 kids, 30 plus 14 adults, 70 production 3, 16 to 29, we've already cut that off at 16, 50 production 4, adult 90, there's 9 entries now. Junior 7, 50 stock 9, small wheel pit bike 5, B class that we've just cut off tonight, there's 16, 90 stock 8 to 9, there's 17, and C class 15.
Gotcha. So how many in the small pit bike class? 3?
Small wheel pit bike is 5. Big wheel pit bike, there's 3.
Just sending Toby a message now that less than 24 hours hard cutoff. So trying to get those guys, if they're going to get signed up, they need to do it now. So
yep.
3
10
in the
week.
large. Okay.
And we're
Last
right
year,
there. We're in the sweet spot, like you said. We could use another, 10 would be okay. Or so that would about tie us with 2 years ago, 2024. So, do you have anything for what's bugging Andy tonight?
there's always
Yeah.
something bugging Andy. But man, I don't know what it is tonight. I'll tell you what. Yeah, it's not really racing because oh, we just got a message there. What's that? 162 and AA and open, correct? Huh. What's bugging Andy, I guess, is something fun. I guess is that we literally one of our biggest races is done. Our next biggest one is here in 2 days or 3 days, whatever, and then we get back to just our XC racing, which is what we live and die by. So it's kind of sad to see him come and go. It seems like this whole summer's went so quick. You and I are both, we love this race. I'm speaking for us both, Chris. We love this race, right? But you know what? As much as we love this sport and we love, the state fair, it's very hard on us because I think we both want to be at a four-wheeler race first. But the hardest part about this race for both of us is we can't be somewhere Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday,
Yep.
and that's kind of a big passion of ours that we've got to miss, being the Knoxville Nationals. And, I think there's about only one thing that would really keep me away from it. It's this. So, we want to see it go well, want to see it go, but, it's just got to wish everybody that's headed to Knoxville, a safe trip and safe travels, and all the racers, be safe, and man, throw it in there. Watch that race last night. Holy crap. I was ready to fall asleep. I got home so late, started watching that race, and I was like, getting hardly get to sleep after that. Yeah. But got to wish Jack Anderson, is back in his own car, the 17A. I think he qualifies Thursday night. It's not looking like we're probably even going to be able to be there Thursday night. I really want to be, but we'll be watching it on Dirt Vision, hopefully. But wish the whole Jam crew good luck and be safe. And yeah, a lot of people down there. So
I know. We both forgot to get stickers.
yes, we have to find somebody going that can get us. I think I know somebody maybe on that team that could probably get them for us, but we got to get some Pickle Pete stickers.
I know.
I
need a Pickle Pete.
Yeah. Got to get a Pickle Pete. So, yep. So, cool.
Well, Chucky, I can only put in what people register as. So I'll fix the name, but somebody registered wrong.
Oh, they signed up as Jessica instead of Fisher.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Give me a second. All right. Okay, I got that fix in. Make a note of that as well.
You've got to make them entry forms simpler, Chris. Cool. Well,
okay, buddy.
I think that's it. Like I said, I've tried to rein you in a little bit. I think you've done pretty good tonight, staying in an hour. So, what time will you be there on Friday?
We get the track at 4, so maybe 4:15. I'll be on Kiner time. I got a new watch from Kiner time, so
You know, with all of that going on the last race, okay, you do realize what time we got started, right?
yeah, we made up time. Yeah, we had that kind of built in. Yep, we started 2 minutes early.
Just so everybody here, I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
You started 2 minutes early at the last race.
2 minutes early. That's like an eternity. Oh,
Yeah.
So, hey, that reminds me of this. Who does this remind you of, Chris?
No, we're good.
I was at Knoxville Saturday night. I seen this guy come through the pit gate. Thank God I had my camera ready.
I know. Yeah.
I can't believe you haven't said anything about where I sat. And I even got a kick out of that. We had fun with him. Where I sat at Knoxville Saturday night.
Oh, yeah. You, myself, and my oldest or youngest son, who's 6'3", went down to the races, and we got our seats, grandstands, and we go up to the seats, and Andy sits next to, what was he, 6'10"? 6'10". I should have taken a picture of it. I was kind of being kind to you, but
we should have. He ended up being from Layton, I think it is, right by Pella. Okay. We had fun talking, with him and the guys in the back. We were making short jokes and tall jokes and stuff. And of course, he gets stuck to one of the shortest guys sitting by him, and it makes us both look kind of like we're having fun. But I don't know if you remember. Did you see the picture he showed us with his buddy, his like best friend in high school?
No.
He looked short. His best friend in high school is 7'2". It was crazy. And then he showed us the best picture I've ever seen. Do you remember that picture? Who
No.
got his picture taken with the night before?
Oh, with Rico.
Rico. Oh my.
Which that Saturday was pretty good. We got to see, you got a picture with Kyle Larson before the chaos from last night.
Yep.
Who else? Chase Briscoe.
Chase
right?
Briscoe was there. Yep.
Yeah.
And who was the other one?
Oh my, Carson Holzer.
Yeah, you pointed him out. I told my wife, Chris seen him first. Yeah. So 3 NASCAR guys, and I know that there was at least one more there with Casey Kane. So no, hey, let's just focus. We're done here. Let's not worry about comments. Nothing. We miss you, Sean. That's all I'm gonna say is we miss you. I was glad to have him back the last race, even though I didn't get to talk to him very much. I'm glad his sense of humor is still there.
I
knew I probably shouldn't have brought that up, but
you brought it up.
Even I had fun with that Saturday night. So,
yeah.
Remember when I stood up and joked with the people behind me? I can stand up; they don't even complain. And then he stood up beside me, like everybody was laughing. That was a lot of fun. So,
good times.
Yep. So, anyway, Chris, I don't think anything else, but just once again go back there with the DVR racing. The mornings. First person that wants to sign up, Chris, just let me know who it is, and we will make sure their entry fee is paid. So it won't be good for AA or A, but it has to be somebody in the normal classes. But yeah, super nice of them to pass that along. Really quick, we got to thank Power Sports Share, for being there with us. And HVG is a huge part. I can't even think what we'd be doing without them for the state fair, Chris, with everything they do for us with the, the water truck to the skid steers, getting the equipment in there, getting it picked up. It's amazing. Iowa Earthworks, again with their skid and expertise with Tim and everything, and the roller has made that roller is one of the things that you and I probably never would have thought about getting in there. We've used a packer and stuff, but it's just not the same. That roller works so good. And Chris gets his hard hat on and his high vis vest, and he sets up on that roller. Man, you got that thing mastered.
I do.
So, do you ever get on that, start driving, and just visualize running over a Prius?
No, I always picture you standing in front of it, especially when I'm going over those little mini humps. Like,
that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Hey, speaking of that, you just nailed something that we forgot to talk about with the track. I don't have a layout to show anybody. I honestly know we're going to start getting, because we always try to do a special layout, show it, but there's a good chance it'll be after dark before we even get that thing laid out. There is a good chance that we might be able to kick the lights on now that there's not a concert, though. So we still might be able to do that. It'll just be really late if we do. I'm just not guaranteeing anything as far as a track layout the night before, but we'll do our best to get it. But having said that, we know it's a TT track. We call it Iowa, the short State Fair Cup short course is what we call it. But it's still really, it's basically just a TT. We just don't put our own kind of fancy name on it, but there's lefts and rights. We always put 3 jumps in it, and the jumps, remember, they're tapered up and down, so don't upset the flat trackers, the TT guys, even the 50s, we watch the 50s hit at full blast and never have an issue, so
yeah,
just more of a speed bump than a jump. So I think, well, if we get everything done and you do your part, we will be taking the Prius over the jumps. So we'll see. Not saying full speed, but it will make it over all the jumps. That's how big they are. So I'm really excited about that.
All right, buddy.
Maybe can we do like a in-car camera with you? Can I ride with you when we do the preview?
Sure. How about we take the roller? That's more your speed.
No,
I think it goes 2 miles an hour.
No, I want the Prius. We got to do the Prius.
All right. Have it your way.
All right, Chris, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, make sure you stop by the display Grand Concourse. It'd be about at the east end, right in front of the big grandstand, right in the main Grand Concourse there. Yeah, right on the pavement. You couldn't get in a better spot, but stop by there and get your official IATVHSS tattoo.
Show that one more time for those that missed it. It should.
I'm gonna show you something.
Whoa! Showing the pedal arm.
I'm flexing. That's something Moeller doesn't have.
A flex?
Well, you would say that. I understand how big those look, but I'm saying I was talking about he didn't have a series logo. He's been too chicken to get one. I tried to get him to get one, and he won't do it. But you see who got it first. So anyway, yeah, stop by and get your tattoo. Represent. I know some of the kids are going to have their hero cards there, and they got some stickers left over from Canesville, Chris, that they're going to be handing out there. So it'll be pretty cool. Those families are going to be there with Troy's and Smallies. They really, really get into that display, and we can't thank them enough. It's huge for us. So a lot of people always stop by and talk about them, and I know we've had people didn't even know about it, and come to the races and talk to us afterwards and stuff. And I know really quick, we've been getting I literally probably had at least 5 phone calls today. But somebody, not us, but somebody else put an event flyer out on this race, and it showed dirt bikes. I apologize to any dirt bikes. We had at least 5 of them call today, want to know if they could join in one had a 250 CRF 250, and some of them had pit bikes for kids and stuff. And no, they weren't pit bikes; they were 50 cc's. But anyway, it's not dirt bikes. We only do a pit bike class. And then unfortunately, the Iowa State Fair is still advertising it as on all their commercials. I was hearing them today. I only got 1 phone call about this, but it says ATV and UTV races. Obviously, we can't do the UTV races no more. So it's just ATV with the 2 pit bike classes. So I think everybody on the podcast would know that, but just clarifying that. So less than 24 hours, Chris. And I know you have fun with this stuff all the time and leading up to Saturday night, but I'm going to hold you to it. So absolutely nothing after 5 o'clock tomorrow night.
Yep.
So it is what it is. So
yep, I'll have a few updates yet to make, but I'll go ahead and do an updated entry list out there so everybody can see.
sounds
tonight.
good.
Yeah. So, all right, buddy. Sounds good. We'll see everybody in a few days. Thanks,
Sounds
everybody,
good.
for sticking around.